Our next winner is Michael Correra. And Michael, you're on, man.
All right. Hi, I'm Mike. Welcome to Honda. And you are?
How are you? Ben Price.
Good to meet you, Ben.
Nice to meet you.
Before we start talking about the vehicle, can I ask you a couple quick questions?
Sure.
You said when we were speaking, you and your wife, is there more in your family? You mentioned family.
2 kids.
2 kids. How old are they?
4 and 6.
Fantastic. Boy, girl?
Yep.
Boy and girl?
Yep.
All right. I have 4 myself, so safety is very important to me as well. I happen to drive a Pilot just almost identical to this one, so if I've chosen it for my family, in about 10 minutes you'll see why. Hopefully you'll choose one for your family as well. What are you driving now?
Sedan.
Okay. Import? Domestic?
Domestic.
Very well. Have you looked at Hondas before? Is this your first time with us?
First time.
Very good.
Because of my friend's situation.
Well, there's a lot to share, and it's always fun to bring folks that aren't familiar with Honda into the family and show them what it all is about.
Great.
One of the first things that I think of when I think about Honda is a well-engineered engine. And you simply won't find a better engineered engine than the one that they put in this Honda. 3.5 liter, 255 horsepower. In fact, Consumer Guide just rated the Pilot the best performing vehicle 0 to 60 in this class. It outperforms and out-accelerates the V8 powered Explorer, even the Hemi Durango. Now that doesn't mean a whole lot as far as, hot rodding, because guys like us, we're beyond the hot rodding stage. But what it means to me is when my family's in the vehicle and I'm getting on the highway and there's a big truck coming down at me, I have the security to know I can get up out of the way and keep my family safe. You'll also notice a couple things. First thing you notice, it's mounted sideways. Very unusual when you look at trucks like this, and it has a number of benefits. The first benefit being it allows it to run in a primarily front drive configuration, keeping the mileage high, keeping you stable, keeping you secure. It gives great traction and capability. But also when you see in the back, you'll see how much room it allows us to go by giving us more space inside. When you mount it longitudinally, it takes up interior space, which is one of the reasons this has such a great use of space inside. Honda's famous for their VTEC engineering, which is a very sophisticated valve control system that really simply means at any RPM, the optimum amount of air is being allowed to flow into the engine, keeping your mileage up as high as 22 miles a gallon out on the highway. And gasoline is what, like $9 a gallon, I think, anymore? It's very important, especially when you're looking at this class of vehicle. Mileage is a consideration. A lot of folks think, well, if I'm looking at a sport utility, I just have to sacrifice mileage. Not so much here.
Great.
And as you walk along the side, you notice the lines of this vehicle match perfectly. Recently, I was just so privileged enough to witness how some of these vehicles are manufactured. And I can tell you that the quality commitment and the fit and finish of these vehicles is second to none. As you walk along, you can run your fingers down every one of these openings, and you see that the width is perfectly all the way across. Fit and finish is impeccable. One of the reasons Auto Leasing Guide just rated Honda as having the highest resale value as a line in the nation. Hondas are a great place to put your money. A car is never an investment, but you're going to lose a lot less of your money in the long run, whether you keep your vehicle for 2 years or for 10 with a Honda product. You step back here, you kind of get an idea of my favorite view of my own Pilot. It's kind of unusual, but bear with me. Take a look at it from this angle. One of the things you're going to notice first off is there isn't an axle that goes straight across. There's not a straight axle connecting the 2 wheels. What there is lower control arms, which indicates fully independent suspension in the rear, which allows each wheel to travel independently of the other.
Okay.
You'll also notice that it has a real wide, aggressive stance, and that width gives us a secure feel on the road that's not like most sport utility vehicles. You don't get that wishy-washy feeling or top heaviness, and that's important, especially in accident avoidance. When you're turning sharply to avoid that little kid that run out of the street, this always feels firm and comfortable. You never feel out of control or you're going to lose it.
Built like a linebacker, maneuvers like a halfback, huh?
Can I use that line?
No. If you give me enough off on this car, maybe.
Well, whoa. Interior space is just incredibly utilized. They've thought of everything. When you pull the headrests out to drop the rear seat and give the room that I'm going to show you, you don't have to worry where you're going to put them. They've given us these cool little trays right here. Everything has a place and everything in its place. Dropping the seat here. Locks in a flat level loading surface. With 2 kids, you'll probably use the center seat more, but as they get older, they're going to have friends coming with them. But if you have the need, you can drop one side or the other and extend things in, soccer bags, that type of stuff. And in addition, you see these little hooks right here that come out? Not only do these make shopping a breeze for your wife when she comes out of the supermarket with those plastic bags they use so much these days, they hook right on there, but also those soccer bags that we referred to earlier, everything secures, that way it's not rolling around.
Great. Or you can hook the kids on there if they're being bad.
Again, can I use that? Security for everyone. You'll notice there's a headrest for every passenger in the vehicle, a total of 8. There's also a shoulder harness for every passenger in the vehicle. Safety for everyone is Honda's corporate philosophy and their commitment to their buying public. They want to make sure everyone is as safe as humanly possible, or at least mechanically possible in the vehicle. Your children are a little bit older, but should you decide to have another one, this vehicle is equipped with the latch form of tying down the car seats. Latch stands for lower anchor and tethers for children. It's a more secure way to mount the car seats in the vehicle, giving them, again, increased safety.
Gotcha.
If you step around, you're a tall gentleman like myself. How are you? About 6'3", 6'4"?
Yep, 3.
I'm 6'4½". Look at this. That seat's all the way back so that I can drive, or you could drive. I'm 6'4½". Not only do I have plenty of headroom, but my knees are nowhere near the back of that seat. Your
Wow.
passengers may not always be as tall as I am, but it's nice to know they don't have to sacrifice comfort just because they're in the back seat. This seat also slides up if you needed to, giving your backseat passengers increased legroom, something you don't find a lot. Access to the back seat available on either side. You don't have to always be on the passenger side to get into the back seat.
I like that.
It's great, isn't it?
Very
Comfort,
nice.
convenience. Here's where you really start to experience what a driver's machine this is. Have a seat. First off, you'll notice everything's laid out, easy to see. The navigation system's high up and center mounted. Some vehicles, if you've ever been in some of the imports that are European, they have their navigation system real far down. And to look at the map to see where you're going, you got to take your eyes off the road for such a significant amount of time that it almost gets dangerous. This allows us to minimize the amount of time your eyes come off that road and see where you need to go. 6 CD in-dash changer for convenience for yourself. You don't have to get out and go out to a changer that's mounted in the trunk like they used to be or under a seat. They fit them all in there. It makes it so nice. Everything's right there at your fingertips.
That's good.
If you notice the steering wheel in front of you, there's a whole separate set of controls for the audio. Right there, you can change channel from AM to FM. You can change from CD, volume, song, keeping your hands on the wheel where they belong, minimizing the time they'd have to come out to change anything.
Nice.
Front passengers are fully protected with, in addition to side airbags, dual-stage, dual-threshold front airbags, and Honda's pioneering occupant position detection system, which uses the weight of the passenger and the position of the seat to determine strength on the side airbag. Again, Honda's looking out for you, ensuring that you're safe. Hopefully, you'll never have a situation, but if you do, you're going to be as safe as you possibly can. To keep you from those situations, you have Vehicle Stability Assist, which is a very sophisticated anti-skid system that uses the throttle-by-wire and braking system to help keep you corrected in times of need when you're over or understeering. In times of limited attraction situations, inclement weather, you have on-demand variable torque management, which means when slippage is detected, the electronics allow up to 70% of the vehicle's power to be transferred to the rear wheels to give you the additional traction to get up out of wherever you're at and get you going.
Sweet.
You're ready for a drive, aren't you?
You betcha.
All right. And when you decide that the Honda best meets your needs, and I think you will after you've done your research, when you look at Kelley Blue Book and the outstanding resale value of Honda, when you look at Consumer Reports, who just determined that this got top-notch because of its available interior space, over 90 cubic feet, mileage, and ride and comfort handling characteristics, Car and Driver, top pick 3 years in a row. When you decide that this best meets your family's needs, you can't find a better place to do business than Honda, especially a dealership that's won the President's Award.
Terrific. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice job. Well done.